over. Hey there, everybody, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of Star Trek October, a Star Trek Adventures actual play. For those who may be just tuning in, we are set in the year 2414 aboard a starbase in the far reaches of the Sabine Expanse. What this means is that we are in the same sort of shared universe canon as my Fenrir, Mata Hari, and Groundskeepers games, though you don't need to have watched any of those to really enjoy October. But if you are interested in playing catch up, the VODs are available on my YouTube and most of the popular podcast solutions. And apparently, I'm going to be switching avatars during the introduction, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I guess announcements for this week. I see you, John. I see what you did there. Basically, as John is going to show and you're going to see after the break, I have a new VTuber model, which, if that's not your thing, I totally get it. But I am sort of doing a model debut on Christmas. So if you got nothing going on, you want to hang out for a little bit, from 2 p.m. Eastern onwards, I will be streaming. 12-hour stream. Yes, I'm crazy. We know this already. Other thing I'd like to announce is that if you haven't checked out Star Trek Bastet, I think it is definitely worth a watch, especially because it's only 2 episodes in. Great way to catch up while you've got time on your hands. It, too, is available on all the usual places. But with that said, why don't we go around and have the players introduce themselves, starting with Dag.
Hey everybody, I'm Dag. I am the Zaldan Captain Ibsen Kijwick. Tonight is going to be a night to be remembered. If you want to talk about it, hit me up at Trek Nexus on Twitter. John, over to you.
John here. I play Tarrel, Chubby Kobold Gaming. That's it.
I tweet him a lot. Sometimes.
That means it's you, Matthew.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I should be used to this by now. My name is Matthew, as you may have heard, and I play the Chief Engineer of the Starbase, the Cation Lieutenant Jana.
I was just waiting because everybody was doing dramatic pauses. But hey, guys, I'm Aaron. I play Dr. Datig, our Tellarite Chief Medical Officer, and I am much funnier than John.
This is true.
Damn it. No. Okay.
Well, I won't make you wait. I'm Watney, and I play Lieutenant Commander Stecco, Chief of Security of Deep Space October.
But you're worth the wait, Watney.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I tell you what, for the new year, we'll go backwards. How's that sound?
Oh, Lord. That's
The pressure.
So we got to pre-record our introductions and play them in reverse?
That would be awesome. Just
Maybe.
No,
That'd be
we
kinda
have to
cool.
record. Yeah.
You're
You're
right.
right.
Scoops and Kurt
Welcome.
And on that note,
welcome to Tuesday.
if you don't know me, I'm ELH, your game master for the evening, and let's go ahead and run our little intro as I switch avatars. I want to fade back in. All right, and welcome back. Okay. We're throwing hydrates at me now. Okay, sure. I guess I will hydrate while a certain Lieutenant Tarrel handles the opening log.
Personal log. Stardate 92991.4. I find myself at a difficult crossroads with Starfleet once again. I've often bucked against the system because that system was built on rules that were solid, firm, and unyielding. But this dreadnought of the Sana frightens me, and the weapon it carries is it's just too dangerous for this world and this time. Yet Starfleet, in its infinite wisdom, is looking to learn from this vessel, and I find myself once more at odds with the institution. But this time, I'm the one that wants to follow the rules. I went to Jana and presented an option of covertly installing a subsonic device on the ship that would, in time, destabilize the isoletic weapon by decoupling the multiphasic regulators. But, well, had we done it this way, I was hoping it would have appeared to be an accident caused by the accumulation of unstable chronotons from the ship's time travel exploits. But I just could not drag my only friend into this deception, thereby putting his career at risk. Rules are only enforceable if they apply to everyone, every time. But on the lighter side of things, the end of the year approaches, and the crew of DSO has taken this opportunity to decorate and spread good cheer. However, I find it hard to kind of toe the line this time. The sauna have at least been taken back to their homeworld, and hopefully they'll find some comfort and peace there. Tarrel out.
Very nice. And you may have 2 momentum for that opening log and masterful use of technobabble. See, it's not so hard.
That took a while.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
And Matthew's help. So,
Damn it, John, take the compliment.
Very, very little help. Precious little help. Just like one change in wording, that's all.
All right. So today's episode is actually going to start in ops. Now, Tarrel, what I'd like to imagine is this is kind of your first stop on your way to the traffic control room where you actually do your, well, quote unquote, work. So as you step into ops, you see that it's, well, for lack of a better term, somewhat empty. Those that are here are nursing what would be best described as a Yuletide hangover. Um, Basically, they got into the eggnog and they had a little much. So those that are going around, they're sort of whispering to one another. They're sort of trying to keep their headaches from splitting their heads open. And throughout it all, you see Commander Hatea sort of walking up stealthily behind people and then going, "Hey, what's going on here?" just to screw with them. And as she sees you come in, she loudly announces, much to the annoyance of everybody else, now see, here's someone who appreciates being on time and ready for duty. How you doing, Lieutenant Tarrel?
I'm doing fine, Commander.
That's good to hear. You know what? I think we should speak louder. It's kind of hard to hear you from over here.
Well, we could get closer, but that would kind of ruin everything.
And you just see like this probably fresh, out of the academy ensign just absolutely start crying at his console. He's just like, make it stop. For the love of all that is holy, make it stop.
But Tarrel will walk over and basically, he just walks up. So, how's everything going? It looks like now would be a opportune time if anybody wanted to actually attack DSO.
Well, I mean, it's been actually strangely quiet. I mean, that Klingon captain, what's his name? Khan? Cord, that's his name, Cord.
Yes, Cord.
He actually was the last ship in the area as of 12 hours ago. So it's kind of just, yeah, it's just kind of us out here at the moment.
He's been gone for 12 hours. That means the stench might actually be fading.
But I mean, you can't ever get Klingon out of a station once you know.
Oh no, I meant the ship.
Oh. Oh. Well, here's today's reports. Should be a fairly easy job in traffic control today. And she hands you a pad, John, that I'd like you to roll me a insight and a con, please, at a difficulty of 1. And I would like to point out that today is not groundskeepers, so let's not roll 6 complications to start the game.
Hey, it's just the way it is. Yeah, sure. I'll use one. I'll use one of the momentum.
Here comes 6 complications, everybody. Okay, hey, that's 1 success. We'll take it.
Uh-huh.
So, what you're noticing, John, or sorry, Tarrel, is that everything is ship-shape except for one tiny incongruity. And it's almost negligible, but the sensors of the station recorded it anyways. There is some form of quantum fluctuation that was recorded about 2 hours before you showed up to shift. Didn't last very long, but that's what the sensors recorded. Could really be anything. Could be a microsingularity. Could be somebody just transported something that didn't go off correctly. There's a myriad of things it could end up being. But again, it's in your report just in case.
Was this looked into at all? You'll show Commander.
Yeah, and Hatea kind of looks at it and goes, yeah, we just wrote it off as a sensor glitch or a sensor malfunction. We only recorded it for a few microseconds. We didn't think it was anything important.
Okay. Well, doesn't look like there's much else to do. So he takes a seat and he's just going to spend a little bit of time just investigating.
Okay. So how would you like to go about investigating? Just like in a general feel? Are you like going to compare it to computer stuff? Are you going to scan it again, or
he's going to scan the area again, and just see if there's any sort of residual effects that are happening.
Sure. Why don't you give me a reason and a con? And I will say the station will assist you with a sensors and con. And we'll make this a difficulty of 2.
Okay, I'm going to buy an extra die with threat.
Okay.
So that
oh wait, don't forget to roll
con.
untap it. Oh, you don't
I
have
don't
untapped
have
potential
untapped
anymore.
potential anymore. So there is that. Yeah, probably don't even have. I probably do not have a focus on this.
Let's take a gander. Yeah, even with your focus there, I don't think. Actually, it was a 5. Let me double check your focuses. You might have one.
And I get to re-roll one anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say re-roll your 1. See if you get the extra success you need.
Okay, reason con. 1 die. Ooh, there it is. There's my groundskeeper complication.
Hasn't come through for me yet, but I'll take your word for it.
I wouldn't lie about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this isn't the sign of Roll20 going down. But yeah, what I'm going to say is that when you begin to yep, you're conservatively interrupted. I knew it. Yep. We'll continue on best we can. When you go to scan Tarrel, you do see, oh, there it is. You do see that there is what appears to be some form of a microsingularity or something that is emitting these like low-level subatomic particles into the surrounding area. It's not really moving. It's maybe about 4 or 5 clicks off the station, so it's actually fairly close, all things considered. But it's not dissipating. It's not really causing any problems. It's just sort of there. But the complication is that when you see this, well, let's just say the sensors glitch up and go offline. And if that wasn't bad enough, that's about when Mr. Kijwick walks in.
Okay.
So, Kishwick, I'm going to let you decide how you look at this current juncture. Again, it is the beginning of Alpha Shift. You may or may not have a late night. Flavor away.
He looks stressed.
He does indeed, yes.
Atea, report.
Well, aside from a few hangovers, sir, nothing really to report. Everything's going fine here. You missed the shouting match earlier, sir. It was quite enjoyable.
They always seem to be. I'm here for the delivery that I told you about. I will be in my office.
Understood, sir. And I would say, Tarrel, you notice that Hatea and Kishwick share a glance for just a little bit longer than usual as Kishwick passes through to his office.
Okay. So, Terrell's tapping the console. Looks like scanners aren't functioning quite correctly right now. But I did pick up that signal again. I'm gonna go check it out.
You mean you're going to go to John and get the sensors fixed kind of check out, or you're going to take a shuttle out there?
No, I'm gonna go and talk to Jonna and see what he thinks of it.
All right. Well, I mean, as I said, there's not really any traffic in the area, so feel free, Lieutenant.
All right, and he'll stand up and head on out. One thing about Tarrel this morning is his uniform is impeccable. It's perfect. It's been ironed. It's been, it's in pristine condition.
Noted. Boots shined and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Noted. All right. I guess I have a question for Jonna then. Jonna, where would you be at the beginning of Alpha Shift?
In light of the fact that it's Alpha Shift, I'm sure that I would be in main engineering, coordinating my engineering team's operations across the station.
Okay. I actually don't know that we've ever really had... No, we had a meeting in engineering sometime before, but it's been a while. So I might have to do some token cleanup here. Yep, I got to do some token cleanup. All right. So, Jonna, with you in engineering, sort of the same scene that was happening in ops. A lot of your officers and a lot of your underlings are, for lack of a better term, wishing they didn't have that last glass. So things are sluggish, things are slow, but maybe the day's looking up when your good buddy Tarrel walks into engineering.
Hey, Jonna, the sensors upstairs are just, I don't know. There's something wrong. I was wondering if you could take a look at something.
Okay, could you just talk just a little softer? I have very sensitive hearing, right? And you see that his ears actually flatten to the back of his skull. I just what sensors? Something wrong with sensors?
Yes, I'm picking up a small irregularity, a couple of clicks off the station. And I was wondering if you could take a look at it.
Okay, that's great. Fine. And I will try to double check the sensor records that he has pointed out to me.
And
Sure.
Tarrel's going to walk over to a replicator and get Jonna a glass of water.
All right.
Room temperature, like Jonna likes it.
So, Jonna, I'd like you to roll me a Reason Engineering here, difficulty of 2, just to see what you can glean from the sensor logs and why they're offline.
Right. I will spend 1 momentum. I don't suppose that I have a focus here.
Well, let's take a look. I would say that your Starship Construction would actually apply here.
And for some reason, Roll20 is being a little bit weird for me.
No, I think it's having a conniption fit. It may go down and up and down on us, so we'll do the best we can.
So is Reason Engineering, you said?
Yep. All right, hey, we brought groundskeeper luck into the game. Nice. So, good news, bad news. Which would you like first?
Let's go for the bad
Great.
news.
Okay. Bad news, you're looking at a cascade failure of the multivariant phase couplings, which means that sensors are going to be down for quite a while. We're talking 2-3 days down.
Oh, Jaro, why did you have to just? You're supposed to help a friend get over his headache, not give him more. Why are you cruel? Why do you do this to me?
Break it.
Okay, just give me one moment, and he will tap his comm badge. Captain, this is Lieutenant Jana.
This is Kishwick. Go ahead.
I recommend that we launch the Umbriel to begin using its sensors to monitor the surrounding area of the station. I'm afraid that there's been a cascading variance in the sensor array that's going to preclude its operation for probably about the next 3 days.
That is inconvenient, but I will get on that.
Very good, sir.
Anything else?
You're a very experienced officer, sir. I wonder if you might have any cures for hangovers. I mean, just as for reasons that
I will send you my list of Klingon celebratory playlists. They seem to do the job for me.
that's incredibly considerate of you, sir. Thank you.
Kishwick out.
Yes, thank you, sir. I don't know what that man sees in that music. Why is Klingon opera even a thing?
And just because she finds it immensely funny, and because I find it immensely funny, Athena chooses that moment to manifest behind you, Jana, and say, "Oh, because it's nice and loud."
Is that any way to treat your second favorite fleshling? I mean, that's not very nice of you.
No, I do it. Sorry, did I miscal? I thought this sort of hazing ritual was expected between favorite friends.
Maybe that's a human thing. That's not how we behave. We take our hearing very sensitively because it is very sensitive on Kate. So just look into
I
different
know.
species.
You know what? I miscalculated. I'm sorry. She snaps her fingers, and the replicator makes a bag of catnip. There we go.
That's more of a. Oh, that's very nice, actually. Oh. Okay.
Great. Do you know what happened last time? Jana just hangs his head. I mean, Tarrel just hangs his head.
What are you so upset about, man? It's all fine. It's all good. Good.
Sick bay to Lieutenant Tarrel.
Yes, Dodek.
Report to my office immediately. Dotting out.
Great. All right. He looks at Jana. Well, hopefully things work out. But hydrate. It's important.
Yeah, things always work out, man. It's fine. It's all good. I mean, nothing to worry about. It's all just relaxed.
Oh God, this is going to be a long day. Nothing's going to get done in engineering today. He says as he leaves leaves engineering.
Gotcha. So, on your way to Medbay, you are. I don't think I'm going to throw tokens on the map, but basically, you're in the promenade. Look, I already have some tokens here. Let's get rid of those. But yeah.
Lord.
But as you're sort of walking down the promenade, what I would say is that you're noticing a lot of festivities here. Even though the crew you've encountered thus far have kind of been muted, hangovers, etc. Here, you would think it's just sort of a never-ending party. You pass bar after bar, restaurant after restaurant with Christmas decorations, Hanukkah decorations. I honestly forget the name of the Bajoran holiday off the top of my head, but you're seeing all manner of faiths, all manner of holidays, all sort of being displayed. It's actually kind of annoying, I think, in a way, maybe to Tarrel, that it's just this constant bombard of conflicting lights and sounds. And what I would say is, Tarrel, you actually run into someone quite in fact by your own accident, and it's someone I've wanted to see for on screen for a while. Matthew, if you would go ahead and describe Ensign Hoyos, because I believe they're your supporting character.
So Ensign Hoyos is essentially an aggregation of different, almost like deposits of mineral and different hues of stone and rock, with an almost swirling vortex of energy inside several crystalline lattices throughout his body, or its body. You're not entirely sure because it has no discernible gender or orientation. It's not quite wearing a Starfleet uniform, but in the fashion of the less humanoid forms of Starfleet officers, he or it is wearing a kind of sash that denotes the Red Command Division.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to watch where I'm going.
Interrogative: Are you in a hurry, sir?
Actually, I was heading to sickbay, so I'm in the opposite of a hurry.
Query: Do you not wish to go to sickbay?
Oh, I never wish to go to sickbay.
Confused statement. Why, sir? Is there something wrong with sickbay?
Dottig's an asshole.
Very good, sir.
I don't believe we've met. I'm Lieutenant Tarrel. And he kind of sticks his hand out, but then okay.
And Hoyos does extend a hand, but it's more of like just a lump of rock, so you can't actually grab onto anything to shake.
Fist bumps him.
Confusedly, is this some form of gesture that is typical among humans?
It's just kind of a greeting.
Statement. I cannot actually convey one of my species' greetings to you in that it's beyond the visible realm of human sight. Nonetheless, I appreciate the gesture.
Well,
may I assist you in any way, sir?
Not really, unless you know anything about sensor arrays and could possibly help my friend Jana in engineering.
Proud statement. I am, in fact, an engineer, sir, despite my designation inside Starfleet. I would be pleased to assist Lieutenant Jana if he requires it, although my specialization is in transporter technology.
He's a little under the weather, so any assistance would be great, and keep any sort of communications with him to a low decibel rating.
Observation. He does seem to have been quite occupied with this project of his.
Yeah, he's been busy. He's kind of a overachiever of sorts, but it's what makes him him.
Well, sir, would you require an escort to sickbay? You seem somewhat out of sorts.
Nah, I'm fine. It was great meeting you, though. Rock on. And he goes up for the fist bump again.
I now understand, sir, why it is that Lieutenant Jana refers to some of your comments as being marginally racist.
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry.
No, not at all. I do not.
It wasn't meant derogatory at all. It was meant more of a just a you're just really cool, and I just had to say something. I don't believe I've ever met anybody of your species.
I am the only member of my species in Starfleet. The first of my kind.
Well, that's even cooler.
Indeed. The Federation's propensity towards embracing diversity and personal choice has been something of a revelation for my people. Nonetheless,
Where are you guys? Where are you from?
we are from a small world near Cardassian space that was encountered first by the USS I-13. Our species has a caste-based system. We do not fathom the nature of this individual self-determination and the like of your federation. It is a difficult concept to grasp.
So in your world, everything's preordained what you're going to do.
Indeed. If you'll note, my bioluminescence, and he points towards the glowing blue crystalline structures in his body, denote a particular biological caste.
And that would be for you. What would your colors signify?
Ironically enough, it is identical to the assignations that are assigned by the Federation to their officers. In other words, I would be consigned to a life as a scientist or researcher.
Is this something that you find exciting, or is there another path you want to take?
Well, as you can see, sir, the field into which I have entered is the command division. It is an interesting exploration for my people that we might be able to choose our own destinies as opposed to being consigned to them by our genetics, insofar as we have genetics as we are a silicone-based life form.
Oh, yeah. That's just really, really interesting. I it's not too unlike myself. I was born into this, and this was what I was supposed to do. But for a while, I went against it for quite some time.
If I may be so bold as to ask, sir, are you unhappy in your role?
I have been from time to time. But, oddly, this place seems to fit a lot better than where I've been.
I must admit, sir, that I feel much the same way about my own role here. It is nice to find a place where one feels that he belongs.
Jonna just nods. I completely understand.
Also, I love how Jono ended up in the scene.
Well, sir, I wish you well in whatever affairs you must attend to in sickbay.
You have a great day. I'm going to look you up sometime. Just to hang out. I'd love to learn more about you and your people.
I'm certain that that would be a fascinating conversation regarding our mutual respect for each other's cultures.
All right.
And yeah. As Tarrel and Hoyos go their separate ways, we're going to cut to Medbay.
By the way, that's a really cool character.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was not at all prepared for that this evening. It's been like 15 weeks since I came up with that.
You did phenomenally. That was really great. I'm just glad we finally got a chance to show him, really.
Yeah, it's a really cool concept for a character.
Yeah, it's really great. I look forward to seeing them in the future. But yeah, when you enter into sickbay today, Tarrel, seems to be a running theme. A lot of the patients in here are, sort of either hungover or wishing they were dead, that kind of mindset. And in fact, Nurse Chan looks up from their station and says, yes, Lieutenant Tarrel, Dotig's in his actual office today.
Okay. Nurse, do you have any, well, I'm sure you've been asked this question 1,000 times today, but this isn't for me. Do you have any good cures for hangovers?
Well, my first advice would be to actually stick to synthahol and not the hard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
but I
Well,
know of several cures, all of which would not work on your species.
Oh no, I'm talking about Lieutenant Jonah.
Oh, no, I was simply referring to humanoids in general. Remember, I'm an Undine.
Oh, I always forget that.
Hmm. Well, I don't take it personally. It is easy to forget. I seem to be a staple of sickbay, or so I'm told.
You're as much a part of sick bay as Dateg is, and a much more personable one.
I'll tell him you said that.
Oh, please do.
You can go back. He's you know where it is. Second door on the left.
Yep,
Actually, wait a second. I think it's it is the second door on the left.
I know
So
where it is.
when you sort of walk back past the main operating theater, past the sick beds full of people, you arrive in front of Datig's office. But before you step inside, you hear what sounds like something shattering inside.
He kind of rolls his eyes. Great, he's in a mood. And he chimes the door.
You are muted,
dead.
Aaron.
As
You
is
are muted.
tradition. But that's I'm taking over for Dag right now. And yeah, I would say as Tarrel chimes the door, from inside, it's not completely soundproof. And you can hear, damn, we'll have to start all over again now. This is very delicate. Come in.
Charo opens the door.
And of course
Step in
you
quickly, please. It's very, very bright.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Stecco is like almost like a shade of green. Like she does not look like she's feeling too good.
You're looking very chipper today, Lieutenant.
No more than usual, or no less than usual.
Hmm.
However you want to put it.
Right.
You look to be your normal sour self.
Oh. Yes. Have a seat, please.
He takes a seat.
Just need to run some scans, Lieutenant. You missed your last 2 physicals, and I can't have this anymore. The captain's beginning to come down on me. I can't cut you any more slack.
Yeah.
I've asked Lieutenant Commander Stetko to
Make
act
sure I
as
don't run out the door. What?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Now, hold perfectly still.
He
And
waits for a few moments and then he moves.
Nice.
And Dante will just sort of go down and be like just an inch away from his face. Say, yes, keep joking and we'll see who's laughing in the end.
Have you ever tried peppermint?
Stecco's gonna like stand and then go look at like some cabinets.
Ah, yes, this wall decoration over yonder is very, very interesting.
She's gonna like look for any kind of like anti-nausea medication or anything that could maybe alleviate her condition.
I'm spending 2 threat. Yeah, you find something. It's a furry something. It's just this little puff of fur that's sticking out of a bit of cabinet.
She'll like touch it and then open the door.
And out pops a Tribble.
She's just gonna put it back and close the door.
Nazi's just gonna like shoot her a look as she does this, and then right the scan. So, Lieutenant, how have you been feeling? Any nausea, headaches, indigestion,
No, I didn't. I didn't partake yesterday like everyone else.
No, I just mean in general. I need a good baseline scan.
No, I've actually been feeling rather fine.
Excellent. Excellent. And Jim, yeah, Dodding's going to use his medical tricorder to take a detailed scan of Lieutenant Tarrel.
Noted. Go ahead and roll me a reason and medicine difficulty of 1.
While he's doing that, Stucco's gonna like chirp her badge. Athena.
And Athena replies in a normal volume, "Yes, Lieutenant Commander Stecco."
Shh.
Oh, sorry. Are we whispering? What
Yes,
are
we are. I need you to log onto the molecular signature of the tribble in this cabinet and beam it off the station.
There's just a pause, and then Athena says, "I'm sorry. There's a what?"
Yeah, just do it.
And as Dodig is scanning, he just takes his free thumb, taps his comment, and says, Athena, belay that order.
Athena, don't belay that order on the chief of security.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys sort this one out. And the line goes dead. But yeah, with 2 successes on your reason medicine there, Dotig, you do get a momentum. I don't know. Is there anything we should know about Tarrel's physical condition?
Well, Lieutenant, I'm happy to report that from the surface scan, you appear to be sound of wind and limb. However, there are a few more tests to run. Shouldn't take us any more than 3 or 4 hours.
Well, I do have things to take care of. I'll be back later.
No. No, you won't. You'll be here now for the next 2 or 3 hours. But if you push my buttons, it could be 5, 6, maybe even 7. Who knows?
All right, doctor, whatever you say.
Thank you.
I will be your happy patient for however long you need me here.
Good.
Computer, lights up 50%.
Yep, they go up.
No. What are you doing? Is he like gonna try to bolt?
He's going to use this opportunity to bolt.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll me a fitness con.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're gonna roll me a fitness con, Tarrel. Stetco, you're gonna roll me a fitness security. And let's just do a gentleman's agreement. Let's not spend any threat or momentum on this one. Let's just see where the dice fall.
Fitness security.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's for it's for flying, but precision maneuvering.
Sure. You know what? I'll give it to you. Why not?
Parkour. He just like.
Then you better give me games of chance.
I'll give you games a chance. Sure.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Yes.
Can Dotig assist?
If you tell me how.
He's gonna try to go low.
Go low, okay.
And get him around, just get him in a rugby tackle.
So precision maneuvering reduces the difficulty of a task by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
dear.
you would count if you basically this would be at a difficulty of 1, so you need at least 1 to pass. But for you need 0 to pass. So basically you have 1 extra success if you succeed, is what I'm getting at. All right, yeah. So Dotig, you literally need to crit on this in order to stop him.
Okay, that's gonna be is it daring security?
I'm gonna say yeah, daring security on your part.
Mm.
I might have a value.
I'm not using a value for this.
I'd like to spend a determination. I actually have the value. Damn it, Tarrel.
I mean, it's not far from the truth.
Always have a negative strategy.
Yeah. So no, yeah, Tarrel, you managed to get out of the office, and I'm gonna spend 2 threat that Dotig and Stetco. You end up slamming into that cabinet, and when you do, the doors open as it starts to fall over, and There's not one tribble in there. There's not two triples in there. It's the whole kit and caboodle.
I can explain.
Why are you? Why?
I have a question for you.
No, you don't get to ask questions.
Yes.
No.
Quiet.
No.
Quiet.
No.
Quiet.
No.
Why can't you tackle a pilot? You're the chief of security.
You got in my way. And
I
I'm
did not- I
super
was
hungover.
per-
So,
Well, that makes two of us.
well,
Just
if you would
insert
put a
treble noise
quarantine
purring.
field up, blah, 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 blah.
I'm not the one that smashed the thing. Okay, I am the one that smashed the thing, but well, at least I got the scans.
At least you got the scans.
Have a nice day, Nurse Jan.
Yeah, and as you sort of half run out the door, she's like, this makes number 3. I have a running bet, you know. If you make it to 5, I get a reward. Okay, bye.
And as I guess as we close that scene, we'll just have like Datig slap his comm badge and say, Datig to Kijwick.
He got away.
This is Captain Kijwick, Doctor. Go ahead.
He's on the move.
Stetco tracking him.
I'll let you
I-
two work that out. I have work to do with these scans.
I'll have the computer alert me if he gets close.
I would like Steko to track him as though she were a hunter.
Okay. Does this mean like
Follow
predator?
him.
Okay,
Yes.
like I just when you said that, I'm like, so is she gonna like do the whole Arnold thing, like get in like a mud bath and just do the
Just
streaks of pain?
Watch the streaks and like just the knives and grenades and everything. Just-
Yeah, she's gonna have like I don't know, some kind of like tactical gear, around the corner. Just keeping an eye on him wherever he's going.
And since the last time Tarrel did this, the doctor tried to beam him back to sickbay. Tarrel's going to walk by somebody and just put his badge on their back.
Nice.
Oh.
See, I think what happens is you end up losing, or at least Stetko ends up losing Tarrel, quote unquote, somewhere in the promenade. You still have a chance to catch him eventually. But as we sort of go to one of the other views of the promenade, let me do some token cleanup. Tarrel, you're sort of walking by. You see the fluidic gate out of the main windows. When you see someone that you haven't really had a chance to interact with, or really no one on the station's really interacted with them at all since they brought you all here, since the whole Avalon thing. In particular, this is Brictiva, or Brictavia. She goes by many different names. But you see she's just kind of leaning against one of the walls, looking out at the fluidic singularity, kind of looking a bit crestfallen, I would say.
It's a heck of a sight, isn't it?
And it's one of those things where she doesn't quite jump, but she definitely kind of starts and says, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's really fascinating that you have things like this here."
Must be a little bit of a culture shock for you.
Tremendously, yes. I feel like I've been thrown into a deep end and been dragged down to the depths.
Well, just what you need to do is step 1, you need to make friends.
Well, that's easier said than done, I think. I only really know you and the rest of the senior staff.
John is a great friend to have. Very understanding. Great to talk to as well. He also has a way of taking complicated engineering jargon and simplifying it for pretty much anybody. I like to say that Jana never really talks down to anyone, but he's able to speak at everybody else's level, if that makes any sense.
Oh no, it does. It does. I just have one question for you. Is that normal? And she points out the window, and you see Lieutenant Jana floating by in an EV suit.
Well, it's not abnormal. He's had a little catnip,
Hmm.
and he literally spaces out when he has it. So, um, yeah, but I wonder what he's doing.
And if you watch, he's not just out there randomly. He actually seems to be headed down towards what seems to be the lower reaches of the station. And last you knew, Tarrel, there's not exactly anything related to the sensors down there.
All right. They didn't give you a comm badge, did they?
No, I'm just civilian crew right now. I don't have a comm badge now.
Oh, yeah.
Should I have one?
You know, it wouldn't be bad. I have seen a couple of civilians with comm badges in the past. It just makes it easy for you to talk to people. They could limit. You should talk to Stetco. She can probably get you one that has limited access, and make it so that you can request to talk to people, and that way you don't feel so alone. I know how it can be sometimes. But
So,
I need,
Stetco, yeah?
yeah,
She
yeah.
just points past you in the promenade, and I just like to imagine that Stetco is like barreling through people, maybe,
Oh,
just to get
yeah.
a glimpse of Tarrel.
You should go talk to her now. It would be great. And thanks. It'd mean a lot if you could hold her up for just a few minutes.
Are we talking a few minutes your time or a few minutes my time? Because
Whichever one's longer.
sure. But you got to introduce me to Lieutenant Jana.
I definitely will after I figure out why he's floating in space.
So yeah, Stetco, I am going to give you a chance to catch up to Tarrel, but it will be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
This will be a fitness security difficulty of 3. And if you succeed, you will catch up to him. If you do not succeed, you lose him as Brictavia more or less waylays you.
Okay. Fitness security. You said difficulty 3.
Correct.
Okay.
You do have 1 momentum you could spend.
I don't think I will. Even though I could use forensic science.
No, this is not for it. No. Bad.
Fine.
Yeah, so unfortunately, with the 1 success between Brictiva coming up to you and striking up a conversation, and just the sheer amount of bodies here, you lose Tarrel completely.
Did you need something?
I was told to hold you up. I have no idea what it means, but I'm trying my best.
Where is he?
He said he was gonna go look for that Cation of yours, the cat guy.
You're doing a really bad job of holding me up.
Listen, it's my first time talking with somebody like this. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Do I like hit you or?
No. Please don't. I'm
Okay.
really hungover and out of breath. I've just been running like across a bunch of decks. So he was here.
I mean, yeah, I was just talking to him.
Okay. Do you have a comm badge?
No. What am I supposed to have one?
Yeah, you probably should. Do you have your a pad with you, like, or anything?
I've got my staff, and you see that she is literally carrying her wooden, like, carved staff this entire time.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna. I probably can't do anything with that. Okay, so just come by the office, like, tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow your time or tomorrow my time?
My time.
Okay. Hey, before you go up, did I do a good job? I really want to meet Jana.
Yeah. I'll introduce you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Okay. Did the quartermaster set you up with the place here?
No, I was going to ask about that too. Like, am I supposed to just be sleeping on couches or?
No. Okay, GM, who would be in charge of that?
Oh, it would be Dorset.
Yeah, I thought Dorset. I forgot the name for a second. Yeah, let me get a hold of Dorset. I'll have him meet you here in like a couple minutes, his time. Does that sound good?
Yeah, yeah. Also, is the light supposed to be doing that? And Stetko, you look at the direction you think Tarrel went, and it is quite literally a laser light show rave fiesta. And I mean, the residents of the promenade are into it, like they're dancing into the music and the lights. You probably not so much. Oh, and then for extra flavor, you know what happens? Klingon death metal. Klingon death metal.
If only
One
the
night
captain
only.
were here.
Cold dead gawk.
And on that horrible music pun, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll be back very shortly.
I
Stick
like the
around.
music note. Cold dead gawk.
All right, welcome back, everybody. If you're just tuning in, Watney has phase cloaked herself in a way to get Stetko closer to Tarrel. No, if you're just tuning in, what's actually happening is more or less Tarrel is having a very weird day. Everyone around him is either hungover or annoyed or otherwise very strange. But hey, he's running into two interesting people today, so he's got that going for him. But
Very
Tarrel,
interesting people.
yeah. Troll, if I understand, you're looking into what Jana was doing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, my question is, do you actively just sort of put on your own EV suit and just go out after him? Do you check the computers why he's out there? Tell me a
He's
little bit
just
about your
going to go to a
approach.
panel and chime up Jana from a panel.
Okay. Let's go to Theater of the Mind for this one.
There's people floating in space. Jana, what are you doing outside?
Well, and you can hear sort of his heavy breathing inside the mechanical apparatus of the spacesuit. I'm just going for a walk. I mean, cats. You take your cats for a walk, right? That's a thing that you humans do.
Not cats, dogs.
Okay. I don't really see the difference. It's the quadrupedal pet, but okay.
Oh no, there's a big difference. Cats are much cooler.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you. Can I help you with anything? Need something?
I was just wondering why you were out in an EV suit walking around.
Oh,
It's not normally something you do.
well, sometimes you just want to get out and see the stars, or maybe there's some kind of subharmonic interference caused by a magnetic metric ore shipment that's created a low-level dielectric field that's interfering with power systems on the lower part of the station, or something like that.
You're making up
Time.
words again.
Oh yeah, you took most of those engineering courses too. Only about 3 of those words were made up.
True. Okay. My only question is, are you all right?
Yeah, you know what? I'm fine. I'm
All right.
absolutely fine. And how about you? Are you okay? I know you went to sick bay, right? You feeling all right?
Yeah, I bolted. Um, Doctor's acting kind of weird,
You know,
than usual.
I think you should get back there. That seems like a good place for you to be.
No, no, no.
No,
And now I'm running from the law. So, but I saw you floating by the window, and I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
well, I appreciate that. Why are you running from? What did you do?
I left a physical. Tribbles. A long story, but in any case, I'll talk to you later.
Well, wait, man, wait. Just are you, like I said, are you okay? Where are you? What's going on?
I'm perfectly fine. Um, and he's not actually at the location he's going to say. I am in, in the officers' lounge right now.
Okay. Maybe you should just like take a break for a while. Maybe you want to go back to your quarters, think about what you've done, contemplate your career, get a drink. I don't know. Just relax.
Well, what have I done?
I don't know. You've apparently you've fled from sick bay. You're
Oh,
on the lam from the law again.
He got a scan. That's all he really wanted. I think he's just trying to get. Honestly, I think he's only trying to get me to do a complete physical because he has a running bet with the nurse. And God dang it, Dante's going to lose that bet. I only have to avoid him 2 more times.
It sounds like you're developing some kind of paranoid delusion. Maybe you should.
No, the nurse told me specifically about the bet. So.
Okay. Well, whatever you're gonna do, don't. I mean, if you need help, you can ask, but don't get into too much trouble.
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. If you need anything, let me know. Don't chime my badge because I think I put it on one of the Cation couple.
Oh.
So
why would you do that to those lovely people?
Oh, absolutely nothing against them. I was just, avoiding Stetco.
Oh, okay. Well, just so you know, if you want to avoid Stetco, don't go to any of the lower decks, like beyond deck 220. Don't go there. Just I'm sure she'd be looking there first if she wanted to find you.
I'm sure she would, actually. All right. Wait.
Excuse me. I need some help.
And Tarrel, you look behind you, and it is the female Cation that seems to love making cameos. It is the one, the only. Oh God, what do we name? Oh, she's Lenton. No, Lenton's the guy.
She's Perone.
Yeah, she's Perone. I know my NPCs. Carry on.
I want my NPC. Wait.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I've lost Lenton, and I'm desperate to speak with him. Who are you?
I'm Tarrel. But I don't know where he is.
Help me find him, please. Something terrible is happening, and I need to speak with him. He makes me understand so well.
Yeah, this is actually more of a task for security.
I can't trust security. I think they know.
Know what?
They're not doing anything about it.
Well, doing any?
I was on my usual walk, as I'm always on my very usual regimented regular walk. And as I was going through the armory, I saw a cargo listing, and it had some materials that I thought would be rather disruptive. And as soon as that security person saw me there, they were all like, "What are you doing here?" And I keep explaining to them every single week, it's what I do. This is where I belong. That's my walk. And they kicked me out again. And I need to talk to Linton because I think if those chemicals get into the wrong hands, it could be very dangerous.
Okay. This is exactly what security is for.
Well, then why would they kick me out? Why would they try to silence me?
Well, quite frankly, you didn't have a reason to be there.
She's gonna start crying and then just like throw her arms around him, and she's just like full on sobbing. "Ah, ah, it's not like I pawned my ring for the security codes or anything. I just walked through."
Okay. Well, I wish I could help, but I can't.
Wait, what did you say your name was?
Tarrel.
Tarrel. Your first name wouldn't happen to be Jara, would it?
Yes.
I'm so sorry for bothering you. I definitely did not see your name on that list. And she's going to start toddling away.
Okay. He shakes his head a little bit. It's a weird fucking day.
So at this point, Stetko, I'd like you to make me another fitness security difficulty of 2 to see if you catch up to Mr. Tarrel.
Was this the same Cation that was wearing his comm badge?
Yep.
Fitness, security.
Mhm.
What? You said difficulty of 2?
Difficulty of 2.
Forensic science?
No.
What about star-based security systems?
Yes, I will give you that one.
Thanks.
Is she a security system?
Yeah, so unfortunately, by the time you arrive on the scene, Perone is on her lonesome again. Which, if you want to deal with that, by all means.
She's gonna like call it a day on that. And then chime Datig. Stecco to sickbay.
Datig here.
I lost him.
Damn. Internal sensors.
I haven't checked yet. I've just been, doing it the old-fashioned way.
Well, we still need to keep him busy. Keep him out of the lower decks. Until we're ready for him.
Well, if I knew where he was, then I would say, yeah, sure, I'll help you with that, but I don't. So I can't exactly dispatch resources from actual my security teams for this. Like, I can't do that.
In this case, you know what we're dealing with here. You might want to make an exception.
All right, fine. I think Delta team could do it.
Excellent.
I'd have to wake them up, though.
Well, I could wake them up.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I don't want them to be pissed at me.
All right. Datig out.
So out of curiosity, where's Tarrel headed next?
He's trying to decide whether or not his friend would reverse psychology him or not.
Okay.
So he's like, do I go or do I stay? How far down is it from where he is?
About 20 decks. I mean, quick turbo lift ride there.
That's not too bad. 20 decks isn't bad. Okay, I can do 20 decks. All right. So he's not getting in the turbo lift because he feels that Stetco would definitely cut him off there. So he's taking the Jeffries tubes.
Nice. And as you're crawling through the tubes, Tarrel, it's kind of that long, monotonous ladder, just ring after ring, deck after deck. But the lower you get, the more strange things begin to happen. By that, I mean you sort of look down one of the Jeffries tubes and you see maintenance crews that are doing some sort of work, but when they see you, they quite quickly like wrap up what they're doing or otherwise kind of shut the door between you and them. And every once in a while, you see these strange, fluffy creatures just crawling through the ducts. They are tribbles, of course, but they're just crawling around.
Oh, he will take the opportunity to blast a tribble or two.
Oh. Now, what I would say though is if you do shoot a tribble, it probably would show up on security.
Oh, that's true. All right.
Late.
Yeah.
He's
he's going straight down.
Yeah, I had to be fair. I had to tell you about that one. Otherwise, yeah, Stecco would have got me on it. But yeah, when you arrive at deck 230, you step out. And I don't know everyone that isn't Tarrel. What's waiting for him at deck 230?
230?
So has he actually entered into like a cargo area or the like?
No, this is before the cargo area.
Okay. Then you would see probably various different engineering teams, a few officers that you'd recognize that participated in the construction of the aardvark that assisted us with the Umbriel. There are fairly large piles of supplies, crates that have been partially opened, rewiring of various different small sections of the station. It seems like there's some kind of modification being done to the station or something that you can't really identify, maybe some kind of construction project that's been undertaken. You don't really have enough information, probably from what you can see, to make a determination.
He's going to enter ninja mode and sneak around.
Okay, so you do the Skyrim crouch, or at least that's how I'm imagining it.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't you roll me a fitness con difficulty of 1?
See, these are all decent rolls. I'll try to pull a Stetco here. Because I'm sneaking around a starbase, and I know the ins and outs of a starbase really well, starship construction.
Sure. You know what? That's actually not as far-fetched as forensic science.
What? She's looking for somebody.
To use power systems.
Hey, 2 successes. You actually get a point of momentum from that.
Nice.
And yeah, I mean, if you want to sneak around deck 230, you can, Tarrel. There's not much here. There's a few cargo bays. There are maybe a few auxiliary EPS conduits, but really not a whole lot besides those cargo bays.
Okay. He is now kind of having fun with the whole sneaking around thing. So he is going to attempt to sneak into one of the cargo bays.
Okay. Now, everybody, what awaits him inside the cargo bay?
Can I do something first, GM?
Okay, what do you have in mind?
I would like to spend a couple of points of momentum to, or I can give you threat, whatever you want to do, but I want to make it more difficult for our intrepid investigator to get into the cargo bay. So what I'd like to do is create a complication for John.
Okay.
And
Can
that
you be more
complication,
specific?
yes. I want the cargo base to be on lockdown, and Jaro's codes do not work.
I think that's fair. I will spend my own threat to make this complication. So yeah, Tarrel, you don't go through the main entrance to the cargo bay. You go through like a side door, or maybe even try the Jeffries tube. Every single door that you try to enter into does not open to you, and when you try the codes that you know, they do not work.
He's going to see if he can remember Jonas code.
I mean, I would say that is fair. You could potentially remember. Why don't you roll me a control and a command here? Difficulty of 3.
I will spend one of those momentum.
Okay.
And Starship Construction.
No. No.
Starship Power Systems.
No.
All right, well, it was worth a try.
Do you have security systems or something like that?
No.
All right. Can you go reroll? Because otherwise, that's only 2 out of 3.
No, this isn't something he would spend determination on.
Okay. So yeah, you punch in what you think is about half of Jonas' code when the computer rejects it.
All right, he's just gonna try to go in normal,
Okay.
not try to sneak in.
All right. So what I would say, Tarrel, is let's say you were in a Jeffries tube just then, trying, the back way in. When you return to the normal corridor, the lights are out, nobody's there anymore. It's as if they all got up at once and just dropped their tools where they were headed.
Okay. He's gonna put his phaser behind his back and try to open the door.
I think it's fair to say, does the door open at this point?
Think so.
All right. Well, you step inside the cargo bay, and just like everything else, it is dark as hell. The only light is pretty much what is filtering in from near the turbo lift. So very dim, very dark. You can't really see what's going on. But I think at this point, what happens is you step inside and you are muted, John.
No, I was actually singing to myself. I was like, step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey. Oh, sorry.
Well, nothing we can do can top that. So
Yeah. But no, I think it's fair to say that after a few moments of you trying to fumble around in the darkness, the lights go up. Your eyes, you kind of have to blink and shield your eyes. But when you see once again, you see that all of the senior staff is there, along with several other important people whose names will be important later. But you see something very special waiting there for you. Who would like to do the honors?
Captain's prerogative, I think.
Ishwick would have delegated this to Jana.
Nice.
Jaro, when I tell you not to go to the lower decks, why do you not trust me and not do that? I mean, you really make things difficult sometimes.
I assumed it was a reverse psychology, but I decided to come anyway.
You almost ruined this. I mean, we were so close. The plan had come together perfectly, but you just had to walk in and blow everything. I mean, this close, but you're too late.
Too late for what?
At this point, Datig will draw his phaser and say, too late to stop us.
And because Tarrel had his phaser behind his back, he is going to pull it out and shoot the doctor.
Oh my god. We knew this would happen. All right, Tarrel, give me a control security difficulty of 2. If you hit the doctor, well, this is fun.
It is on stun.
Imagine crawling through the Jeffries tubes that got jostled, so it's set on like level 16, and it
I'm
levels
spending
the
2
cargo bay.
threat that it's set not to kill, but it is set to be lethal.
Maximum stun.
Yeah, maximum stun, something not great. All right, you hit him. Go ahead and roll me those challenge die.
How many is that?
7 for you.
Okay.
All right, so you pull out your phaser and you shoot Datig. Datig, unless you spend determination, I think you go down.
Yeah, it's just like, it's too late, and you're too late, and he just pulls the phaser and shoots him. Just like falls on the ground convulsing.
What the hell?
He pulled a phaser on me.
He's a doctor.
It's a medical phaser.
There's no such thing as a medical phaser.
How would you know? You got a D double minus in medical class.
C double plus.
True.
God, Jesus.
Look, fine. And Jono will just waltz over to the tarp and pull it off.
Yeah. And inside is quite literally the most beautiful fighter craft you've ever seen, Jaro. It is sleek, it is sexy, it has all the right armaments, all the right curves, all the right engine thrusters. It's a work of art. This looks like someone took a Valkyrie and decided, hey, what if we made this an exotic car, a supercar? And then we attached a bunch of other cool stuff to it.
Wow, this is really cool. Is the doctor okay?
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think I'm going into shock.
Do any of us actually know how to treat him, or
Lieutenant Jarrell, elevate my legs.
Ishwick to sick bay. I have a medical pseudo emergency in the cargo bay.
Pseudo emergency, hell.
could I just use the cargo bay transporter to beam him directly to sick bay?
Yeah, you could. Fairly easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I'm sorry. Didn't know what was going on, and I might have overreacted slightly.
You're a dead man. I'll get you next time, Tarrel.
I mean, if you can catch him.
Stetko, you want to tell him what we put into this?
Sure can.
Would
you know
somebody please energize me?
Yeah,
You're
right
gonna
away.
be fine.
I'm spending 2 threat. The cargo transporters are offline.
So yeah, this bad boy has Sona Dreadnought tech in it for the tactical systems.
Interesting.
And haptic neural interface.
And metaphasic radiated cannon casings.
No ejector seat, though.
And with great effort expended on behalf of the Federation and the Klingon Empire, we have obtained a cloaking device for it.
Really?
You're going to be our new advanced scout pilot, and that's going to include a title that it might be interpreted as strategic operations at some point. If you get out of the brig for attacking a senior officer in the next month, you'll be able to fight it.
I've already apologized for that.
We're going to have a little talk about Starfleet regulations and the actual consequences for assaulting a superior officer, but we can do that after you get out of the break.
It's not the first time Dodig's taken a phaser at lethal. It was that one time in the pub, that student who you gave the F double plus to. Do you remember that? I think he's still in solitary in New Zealand.
Vaguely, yes. But if it's all the same to you, I would just as soon forget this whole thing happened. And
like the last time.
And in penance, Mr. Tarrel will submit to a full physical.
Jaro, I'd take the sentence in the brig personally, but
Sickbay, can we beam a nurse down here? Dr. Dodig has been incapacitated.
Lieutenant Jana, can you please remove the power capacitor from my leg? It keeps twitching. The discharge, I believe, did something to it.
God, Datig, you're ruining. This is Jaro's moment. And here you are, blubbering on the floor.
I'm so sorry, Commander Stetcom. So very sorry for this inconvenience to you all. It pains me greatly. It's the emotional pain is far greater than the physical pain that I am currently in. Which on a scale of 1 to 10, I would put at a solid 8.
Okay, that being
Anyway,
said.
Lieutenant Tarrel. Surprise!
And Merry Christmas. I think that would be appropriate.
And I'd like to say that literal confetti poppers pop, and yeah, it's a celebration of some sort.
Tarrel's kind of paranoid. and
So-
you guys made it that way.
Well, don't you think this
No.
is cool? We made it for you.
Oh, this is really neat. I didn't expect anything. I tell you, I was completely surprised. That's for sure.
Well, good. You deserve it. And I think you did a really great job with the Sona for what it's worth.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I don't know what else to say other than I'm sorry, Doc.
Oh, no, this was, you know what? This is your day. So for one day,
Why'd
I'm
you pull a phaser?
Because I was trying to scare you.
It worked. How does it? He just looks. He stops himself mid sentence because he was going to say, "How does it feel?"
Well, I can feel the static in my axons.
Jarl, you'll receive a full rundown of the schematics. Now, the orders from Starfleet are pretty stringent. Anytime you take it out for a ride, and I call it because you get the privilege of naming it. Anytime you
not
take it
all
out for a
of
ride, we're going to need a full sensor analysis from the entire ship and the log sent to Starfleet. You'll find the coded channel on your pad.
Oh, so somebody was playing with it outside.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I picked up some odd sensor readings.
Well, I mean,
Earlier.
would you want to fly a ship that hadn't been tested?
Of course. Of course I would. What kind of question is that?
That's a good point.
I'm all about experimental tech.
So do you have a name for it?
No, this requires time to come up with a non-Aardvarkian name.
I'm sure Earth has plenty of other mammals to choose from.
Oh no, I think I kind of know the genre that I will be going down. So
Has anybody shown up for Dodig, nurse from sickbay? Maybe.
No, but Athena showed up and is kind of just poking at Dodig for giggles.
Of it.
I just picture Bart Simpson in his tattoo. Ow, quit it.
Quit it.
Ow, quit it.
I mean, it's pretty close, yeah. But yeah.
Seriously, does no one here actually have any experience with like first aid of any kind? How is it? Physician, heal thyself then. Go do something, Doc.
All right. Indy, I'll need you to be my hands. On the wall-mounted first aid kit, I want you to get a hypo spray. I want you to load it up as much as it will take with hydrochloric acid, and I want you to inject Tarrel.
Okay. All I know out of those things that you just said was really hydrochloric acid, and I don't think that would really be beneficial to inject into somebody's bloodstream unless they
All
were.
right.
No. Let him continue.
All right, you got me. That wasn't benevolent, but if you get the kit and the hypo spray, there's a dermal analgesic and a neurostabilizer. You can combine them in the same hypo. It should stabilize my condition. Now, I suggest that you move quickly because the stars that I'm seeing are rapidly expanding, and I fear that my vision is failing.
Well, I can be your eyes and your hands, so you don't really need either.
I'm
So,
spending
Cap,
my remaining threat. It's at this point that a panel in the ceiling drops out. Doesn't hit any of you, but out comes a bunch of
Purples.
tribbles. And they just go all over Dotig. All over Dotig.
They make very soothing noises. That should help minimize the pain, right? Small, cute, fluffy animals. That helps with pain management, I think, right?
Don't remember me this way.
Stetko like turns to the captain. I was gonna tell you about this actually.
I can explain all this.
After this thing.
Tell me about what, Commander? It sounds so soothing.
This could be a serious problem.
Only in 3 days, when there's 1,298,673.
74.
75.
Well, I would say just, sealing off the entire lower section of the station and then just ejecting it at that point.
Also, we should probably make sure that the Klingons don't catch wind of this. This might actually start another Federation Klingon war.
Speaking of Klingons, we just sort of see outside the station as we sort of zoom back that Cord makes a triumphant return to the station. And Mr. Cord, I'd like you to give us a little bit of a farewell speech before we end today's episode.
Deep Space October, this is Commander Cord. My sensors have detected the presence of tribbles.
Kishwick will tap his comm badge, and as the tribble coos in his arms, I'm sorry, Commander Cord. I do not believe there is a tribble on the station.
You'll note I said tribbles. Plural.
That's unfortunate.
For you. I am arming weapons.
We have had a minor...
If these tribbles are not removed within 10 of your standard minutes, I will open fire.
Captain Cord, let me be real. We have recently received some testing technology that has manipulated sensor readings around the station. Those triples you're reading may be false, and if you fire on the station, you could be causing an interstellar incident. I implore you, as the former ambassador from my people to yours, stand down for this moment. Join me for some gach tonight, and we can listen to Cold Dead Gach regale the victory song and the great tribble hunt.
This may be acceptable. Will Commander Stetko be there?
Commander Stetko has her duties aboard the station. I'm afraid that I cannot free her up.
Regrettable, but understandable.
I do have a keg of some 2362 on board.
A very good year. I shall endeavor to get myself drunk enough to be arrested.
A worthy endeavor. Come, drink with me, sing with me. And Kishwick will start humming Parech Masuvataku Mamevko Masuvta Maov.
And I think that's where we're going to end today's session. So yeah, what did you guys think?
And right before we go, Tarrel looks over at the commander, the captain, and says, "I'm going to name it the Banshee."
Okay. The
A good
Banshee it
Irish
shall
name.
be.
Amazing.
I love it.
Great.
So yeah, let's talk scheduling real quick. So looking at the next schedule, we're taking the 29th off. But are people available for January 5th?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
January 5th.
Day before my birthday.
Oh, we'll have to make it super special
Oh,
then.
hell.
Ooh. So can we open the next scene with Tarrel doing a 4G inverted dive with a MiG?
I mean, yeah, but somebody's gonna have to be Goose.
I got the dog tags. I'll be Goose.
Okay. As long as someone's Goose. But yeah, this is where I'm going to end the YouTube recording. Twitch, stick around for a little bit longer, but YouTube, see you later.